This is a speaking test of the International English Language Testing System. The examiner's name is Sudhir Chhabra. What's your full name?
My name is Vansh Thakkar, but you can call me Vansh.
Okay, fine. This test is being recorded. Are you fine with that?
Yes,
Fine. In the first part, I'll ask you some questions about yourself. Let's start with the topic picnic. Do you like going on picnics?
I love going for picnics since it brings out a positive aura around me. It's a very fun thing to do with your friends or your family friends or your cousins, whoever it may be. Always choose a scenic spot. It can be in the mountains or a park with birds
Mm-hmm.
flying around.
Thank you. When was the last time you went on a picnic?
The last time I went on a picnic was on 26th November. Now it's not called a picnic, it was a field trip with my school friends. And it was the last field trip of our school life. So it was quite iconic for us. And we went to the Yas Water World in Abu Dhabi. So the journey started at around 5 a.m. in the morning. We had to report to school around that time.
Thank you.
And the main part isn't even.
When you to go on a picnic, what are some preparations that you make?
Now you can be the few people that just go, with the flow. They don't prepare anything. Or you can be the type of person that prepares everything down from A to Z. Now I'm not the kind of a person that organizes everything. I like to go with the flow and enjoy being in the moment and living in the present. Although there are some things that I would prepare, basic, such as an extra pair of clothes, water, food, some sort of games like a volleyball or a basketball or a cricket
Thank
bat.
you. Fine. Now let's move on to the topic. Parents, what do they do? What do your
Sorry, I
parents
couldn't.
do? I would
I
like
could
to
not
talk
hear.
about your I would like to talk about your parents. What do they do?
So my mom is a housewife. She takes care of us very well. She prepares food, she takes care of us, she cleans the house. That's her duty around here. And my dad works in ADNOC refining. He's a field operator. He has different kinds of shifts depending on the day. He has a 6 day week cycle and he goes to job 6 days a week and he has off 6 days a week. So his
Thank
schedule
you.
is
Whom are you closer to?
Now that's a tough question, but I feel like I'm close to both of them. Although I have a very special bond with my dad since we are pretty much the same person. He relates to a lot of situations in my life, and I can completely agree that he may have gone through the same in his teenage life. And he gives me the best advice possible, and I love listening to him. I love having conversations with him. It just
Thank you.
feels very natural.
When do you think you're gonna go out with your parents?
Hmm. Like a major trip would probably be after my 12th grade board examinations. We were planning a trip to either a cruise ship or some country in Europe. I'm not too sure. We'll decide on that later. But I think, yeah, that trip would be the next trip. Probably one of the last trips I make with them as a minor. From next year, I'll probably be an adult. And that's the last trip that I think they would
Thank
consider
you.
me a child.
I would like to talk about as in your friends now. Who's your best friend?
Hmm. So I have quite a few friends, and I'm close to a lot of friends, a lot of people here. But the few people that I'm close to are Daksh, Rag, and Yaksh Desai. Although I've been through ups and downs with them, it has definitely been one hell of a journey. And but I'm close to all of them. I love spending time with them. We go out, we go to parties, we play sports together
Thank you.
whenever we're bored.
Do you like making new friends?
I love making new friends. I just love the idea of getting to know more people and building a bond with them or networking with different kinds of people. I love, analyzing human behavior and how different kinds of people think around the world. And it's not necessarily with just Indian people. According to my plans, when I go to pursue a degree, I plan to make friends from all kinds of countries because I love exploring that kind of my personality, that side of
Thank
my
you.
personality.
Right. And are there any demerits to having more friends?
Sometimes, yes. It can be a demerit because the close people, like the closest friends you have, may feel, a bit low or a bit off because they might get the opinion that this guy's
Okay.
always busy, he's always with new people.
They are both yakshas, no? Why? Why a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's your card. Please start speaking. You have 2 minutes.
Sure. So there have been lots of special events in my life, considering that I've taken a lot of trips with my friends and my family. But this one particular trip that I took with my friends about 2 years ago now, it was to Manali in Himachal Pradesh in India. Now, that was a very, very memorable trip of mine because the first part was there were no parents, and the second part was we were going for almost 10 days, and that's like, everything you would want, a break from your usual life to a place in the mountains. Now, if that's not serene, I don't know what is. And the event took place about no, it started with a bus journey. Considering that I live far off from the city, we all had to gather up around again 6 a.m. We took a bus to the airport, and since I was considered a big cheese, I was appointed a group leader for about 160 people that were going to attend the trekking camp over there. So as a group leader, I had a lot of duties and I had to maintain discipline. I had to take care of everyone. I had to ensure that everyone was going in line, everything was running by smoothly. Now, after we landed in Delhi, we were staying at a hotel. We all gathered up to play Uno and cards. Now, after playing cards, we got bored, so everyone started opening up their cats. And that's the time I learned a lot about new people around me that came from different countries like Qatar, Oman, and UAE because I was living in Kuwait back then. And after that, we took a bus again. It was a 15-hour bus to Manali on road, and it was quite the experience. But everyone hit the hay when it was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon because everyone was super tired, and we just slept for like 10 hours straight. We didn't even wake up for
Thank you.
taking a
Did you click pictures?
we clicked a lot of pictures, and that was
Okay.
a headache.
Thank you. This is the end of part two. We've been talking about an event or a trip you liked. I would like to continue the topic now in part three. Let's talk about the preparations that are there before such events. When you have to organize an event for a community, what are some preparations that you have to make?
So there are lots of preparations that go down when you're taking care of a large group of people. You have to ensure that the safety precautions, for example, the trip I took, Mm, we need a lot of trekking equipments. You need warm clothes. For particularly any event, you need to ensure that there are sufficient first aid facilities available in case of any emergency. Second, you have to ensure that there's a detailed itinerary about every event that is going to take place. Third, you have to ensure that everyone has taken their seat or just arrived at the location on time and the program has begun on time. Now, the next thing would probably be to arrange a lot of, you know, food or drinks. And that is a very, very
Okay.
important part of an event.
Out of all these, what do you consider to be the most difficult one?
The most difficult one would probably be arranging food. because there are lots of people that are going to attend the event, and you can't really, make everyone satisfied. You can't possibly ask everyone what their preferences are to eat every time, like every event or function. So deciding on a menu or a certain buffet of or an array of foods, it's quite a headache, I would say, because first, you don't know what people like. Second, you don't know what people don't like. So these are the two confusions that you keep, jumping around in between them.
Okay.
And
Since it's such a big problem, how is it usually dealt with?
hmm, let me phrase it. So I think the most common way to deal with it would probably be taking a survey of just generalized things if people prefer to eat veg or non-veg, or if they have a vegan diet, although which is
No, no,
considered very
wait. I'm not asking you how it can be managed, how it is managed. That is what I
okay.
want to know.
Okay, so it is very commonly managed by taking surveys of people on what their preferences are, at least the generalized idea of what they like to eat, veg, non-veg, if they have an egg-based diet or a plant-based diet. So you can start with that. You can give them a list of options of the main course or the appetizers or the dessert or what kind of drinks they prefer, alcoholic, non-alcoholic. You could choose between that, and that would give you a brief idea about what people are into, and you could decide upon that. Another way would probably be to take them to a restaurant where you can get everything pretty much in 20-25 minutes. But arranging that sort of a environment in a restaurant is possible, although very
Thank you.
unlikely.
Now let's talk about types of events. What are some events that are generally seen in your country, in your home country?
So I come from India, and we have lots of events throughout the year. Considering that I'm Gujarati, we have these specific occasions such as Navratri, and we have Holi Puja. We have sports events. We also have cultural events. And where I live here in UAE, we have
No,
these events called.
let's keep it to your home country.
Okay. So in my home country, we would have a lot of functions such as I mentioned earlier. Navratri is like the biggest festival that we have.
Mm.
It's like people come there to become happy. They rely on Navratri for their happiness. So I think that's quite a
Okay.
function, like one of the biggest ones.
And have such events become more materialistic in the last 20 years?
Definitely. Materialistic, yes, I agree. Because people have become more focused on, what to decide what their attire is, or what kind of phone they're going to use to take selfies or photos, or what kind of filter they would like to use on their photos, or what kind of food they would like to eat during that event. The main purpose of an event is to truly be in the present and live it right there and then. Deciding what you're going to eat or what photos you're going to take or how what the poses are going to be, it's really, I would say it's not necessary, although it has become a part of our life now. Apart from this, we have really, really relied on materialistic things such as our accessories, like, oh, I'm gonna wear this purse, I need this
Thank you.
watch, I need this necklace.
And what do you predict? Is it going to change?
I don't think so it will change, considering the fact that the upcoming generation is truly relying on materialistic things, although that's just my opinion and I'm part of it. Uh, Youngsters nowadays feel that showing off their materialistic things, such as a Rolex
Thank you.
watch, or
Thank you much. This is the end of speaking test. Give me some time to analyze it. Maybe 5 minutes.
sure, thank you.
If you didn't really have any problem, I would give
Well,
you a 9 in fluency.
one thing before you start. My name is Vansh.
What is happening to me? Sorry. It's just that it's Saturday. I'm tired. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand. It's okay.
So sorry. Uh, by Saturday, I'm a zombie.
You need to watch a movie.
I will tomorrow. It's my home. It's my routine.
Yeah.
So once you didn't have any problems. I'll give you a 9 in fluency and coherence because you are able to handle everything. You're able to handle everything in detail and accurately. So a 9 here. Okay, let's use this one. And lexical resource 9, a very wide range or a wide range. And appropriate at that. Um, is it visible like this? Visible enough?
Yeah.
Readable? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grammar, even if there were any errors, I think they were hard, as in very rare. Okay, even if there were any errors, they were not errors in real terms. But I don't think you made um, a lot of errors or anything. You can consider it to be perfect, so no problem. So 9. Pronunciation can be better, but whatever you have is already at a very high level. So 8 over there. So I would give you an 8.5 for this one, and hopefully you're gonna get that on your real exam as well. I will not work on your pronunciation features now because your exam is just around the corner. When is it? On the 25th, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to improve your pronunciation, you can contact me later. But whatever you have is already quite nice. You can make it refined in that as an area, but
Mm.
you don't have any problems. It can be better. That's all. So
One
999,
one doubt. I got three nines and one eight. That makes it 8.5?
yeah. Because in my like I told you, no, I as in
Yeah.
asked them to give me my breakdown. So mine was the same on the real exam. Nine nine
Okay.
nine eight. So it should be like that.
Okay.
When it's an overall score, you have your score rounded up, as
Okay.
in listening 9, reading 9, speaking 9, writing 8. Then the overall would be a 9. But
Okay.
individually, I think they round it down.
Okay.
It's okay. So I think you'll get either an 8 or an 8.5 on your real exam because it depends on the examiner a little as well and your performance on that day.
And the
But
topic.
anyway, we should not be, you know, no, the topic, I think at your level, you should be able to handle any topic that comes your way.
Yeah.
Uh, I would rather consider it to be, you know, a matter of subjectivity, as in what for me is a high level thing could be a low level thing for someone else, and vice versa.
Hmm. Yeah.
But never mind, as in you should not be, what do they call it? Um, Embarrassment of riches. We should not be getting into that zone now. Uh,
Yeah.
so well done, as in you don't have to worry about your speaking. That would be my final statement. If you have any questions,
None. It's all good.
anything else?